Hey guys, it's ProjectMak again, bringing you another commentary. In this video I'm going to be answering a few questions from my followers from Twitter about a question I posted a couple of days ago. I hope you like it. So question 1 was from Shizzle and Harley. They both asked kind of the same question, and that was, who do I think could make a name for themselves at EGL? Okay, so as weird as this is going to sound, I don't think that the top EU teams have ever been weaker going into an event. With all the recent team changes and things that have been going on, I think it's really up for grabs for anyone that's got the drive and determination to prove themselves. It could really be an event for teams like FeaR or ProjectMak, who have been kind of just outside those top teams, and it's really an opportunity for them to stand up and be counted. Question 2 is from Marky B. He asks, who do I think are the dark horses for this event? As obviously the previous answer. If I was going to give the dark horses tag to any team in particular for this event, it would have to go to FeaR Yin. Simply because I've been quietly keeping an eye on their previous placements, and every time they seem to do better than previously, so if they keep going there's no reason why they can't be a top 5 or even higher team. This event could really be make or break for them, so fingers crossed for them. Question 3 is from I Am Tom. He asks, what are the positives from Modern Warfare 3 as a game for the LAN community, despite it being crap? So in my opinion there are two main positives. Firstly, that we've never seen so many players and teams want to come to LAN events and travel all over the world to do so. It's always a good thing that when a community is growing, and at the moment the European scene is basically screaming Call of Duty above all other games, so hopefully that the louder we get, the bigger things will start to come our way, and more money in events hopefully. And secondly, the game has really done wonders to truly bridge the gap between the American teams and ourselves. It's given both communities a chance to really get to know each other and learn things that previously we wouldn't have had the chance to. Hopefully it continues on to Black Ops 2. I'd like to think it will. Question 4, Rory Rez Hunter asks, what has been your favourite LAN moment? Weirdly enough, it's probably been watching SK's comeback at the previous EGL in Blackpool. That was Black, Toby, Madcat and Josh. It was just something I honestly didn't think they would manage to do, get knocked out so early. And it's really brought home that kind of old saying of it's not over till it's over kind of thing. They won something stupid like 9 games in a row on Sunday from the losers bracket, which is a hell of an achievement for any team. So it was great. It was great watching that. Question 5 is from D Terry WR and XI_Rooster. They ask, do you think the current players will develop through Black Ops 2 or deteriorate, making room for newer unknown gamers? Honestly, I think it will probably be a bit of both. Normally, some of the top players retire or are fed up or don't like the game and they stop playing. And this obviously creates gaps in the top teams that will mean that the lesser or unknown players will get an opportunity to fill that gap and take a leap forward with a top team. To be honest, it's what every game needs. Gaps really need to be created for the sake of progression, and if players like South didn't, give up in Euphoria and stuff like that, then it wouldn't have created opportunities for players like Madcat and Josh in the future to get in these teams. It's just really something that you kind of need to happen. Question 6 is from FeaR. He says, in-game decision making of top players compared to average players. Just a question about how decision making can be improved. So I think personally that decision making is one of, if not the most important aspect of any top player's game. It's really the thing that wins you maps or games, to be honest. And the only way that I can suggest for people to improve their decision making is to watch VODs or streams from top players and try to understand why they're doing certain things on the map, things that you wouldn't normally do yourself. Try to ask yourself, what is it that they've seen or heard that's changed what their priorities are at that moment. To be honest, decision making is quite a hard thing to develop, and it's really something that you can only do over time. So the more you watch and the more you play, the better it will get. That's all I can really say about that. Question 7. This is from Trainer Show 17. He asks, how important is it that friends and family support you in gaming? Personally, for myself, this is something that I wouldn't or couldn't be where I am in gaming without. The person that actually asked this question is one of my best mates, and the single biggest thing that's made everything possible for me in gaming was really just the support of my friends. To be honest, the understanding that some weekends I'd be away and some nights I'd need to play, but obviously being there for me when I had time. He obviously liked gaming as well, which was a big help, and he understood how important gaming was to me. Without these kind of people, I can't imagine what everything would be like, to be honest, so I just want to say a huge thank you to all of them. Question 8 is from MYM_Woods. He asks, are Optic going to have more of a challenge at this EGL 7? It'll be EGL 8, he's wrong here. And why do I think that will be the case? Yes, I do think that this event, above all others, it will be their biggest challenge. But unfortunately, I don't think it will be because Europeans have caught up with them a great deal since the last event. I think that it will be solely down to the fact that there will be more top American teams making the trip. I really thought that coming into this event, the European teams would be looking a lot better than they are. I mean, personally, from my team, we've not put anywhere near the amount of time that we should have done in. I still think we'll do okay. Teams like TCM have been shaking with team changes, and obviously Prof are, to be honest, probably going to be the strongest team going into it because they've kept the same roster for a while now and they've been putting in a lot of time in. So I'm expecting them to do well, as always. Obviously Apex have come back after the DreamHack win and they've lost Josh, so that's shaking the team up a bit. I don't even know if they've got a fourth player yet, so I'm not sure how that's going to go. I'd like to think we're in a better position than we are, but unfortunately I just don't. I think it will be the top American teams like Envy and TKO that are really going to be pushing Optic for the top 3 places, unfortunately. Question 9 is from Kyle4K. He asks, what are my opinion on SCUF controllers? Should they be allowed? Right, I personally don't see the problem with SCUF controllers. I know that a lot of top players moan about it and would rather that they weren't allowed. I mean, I watch Scump's stream and I hear him almost every single map complaining about the other team using SCUF controllers. I don't think that's the biggest reason for us allowing SCUF, is that they give us an advantage in game. I think that it's that SCUF are another company that wants to invest money into the thing that we all spend a lot of our day doing, and if we keep eliminating and restricting what is allowed and acceptable during gaming, then where is the investment opportunities for companies to take an interest in gaming going to come from? We've got to really open the doors and let these companies in, or we're just going to stagnate as a community. I personally use a SCUF. I don't think it gives me a massive advantage. I don't use the trigger stops, I don't use the grip, I don't use dome sticks, I just use the paddles on the back, and it's only because I play tactical, so it helps me knife easier. And I'm not even that good a knifer. If you've ever played me, you normally out-knife me 9 times out of 10. But I would recommend people to get a SCUF and to try it out. It's a big step up from another controller, like the standard Microsoft ones, or the Razer ones, or the MLG ones. I've tried all them out, and I just prefer SCUFs. They're basically your normal Xbox controller with a tiny modification. It's not going to change you that much. I like them. The last question of this Q&A comes from Mayhem Yo. He asks, what do you feel the community needs to do in order for console COD to progress further? This question I put last specifically because I didn't know how much time was going to be left. I could spend another 10 minutes talking about this question, but I'll try and answer it as quickly as possible. Mainly, I think teams need to develop themselves more professionally. I think they need to understand that what comes out of their mouths, or their keyboards on Twitter and these social medias, that they're going to be held personally responsible for. What they say could affect their options in the future. What I mean by this is that potential sponsors might see how you speak to some of your followers on Twitter and might not, because of that, want to be associated with you. People have got to ask themselves, what do you want from gaming? Do you want it to be a hobby, or do you want something more? And if it's something more, then you've got to start looking at what you're saying and who you're saying it to. That's what I think needs to change personally. So that's all the questions for today, guys. Thanks for obviously responding to me so quickly on Twitter about it. I hope everyone that got their answers, they got their questions on the commentary are happy with the answers. As always, guys, please like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter. Cheers.